All right, we're getting right into it. No lag. My guy King Leno just released his Courtyard Marriott asset as a hotels and resorts DLC asset. So it functions, it brings the tourists in, yada yada yada. So we had to swap that out. If you were watching my Neon Nights episode where we built the gay clubs, I put this hotel up here, but we never detailed it. I never did anything to it. So we might as well sprinkle a little sauce on this and finalize this whole little area. Well, not the whole area, but just at least this building. Right now, I'm just kind of working on a custom bus stop right here outside the hotel. And I do notice that it's going to be hard for them cars to kind of get in that parking lot. So we need to kind of slide that and put a little retaining wall back here. Now it kind of feels like an entrance. It's a little congested, but the city is really compact. We're going to spin the block, spin around back, and we're going to put some of these mid-century modern tables and some of these. I just downloaded like a sofa and just a couple of little knickknacks back here. I really need to update my props list and my stuff that I be having on Steam, man, because I be adding little knickknacks here and there and I never update it. In the front, I'm gonna take a second and I'm gonna make a custom sign. Y'all know that hotels be having a big sign in the front, and I just feel like this kind of finalize it. Don't despair, y'all. This ain't the whole episode or nothing. I mean, it is gonna be a shorter episode, but this was just like a little appetizer. We're back down in our financial district. Like I said, I'm slow rolling this whole part out. I'm not in no rush about none of this down here because I want it to be a certain way. I want every piece and every block to feel like it just, yet you almost know the people that live there. So this little block right here, I don't like that little dip right there by the canal. I don't like that. We're gonna have to work around that. We're just gonna make one apartment block. It's gonna be like 4 or 5 buildings fused together, green cities. I love them green cities assets, but it's gonna feel like one apartment complex. Like, now definitely this is for the ballers because y'all can see how close it is to all this money down here, and it actually is pretty close to that Mitsubishi industrial asset that we put right there on the corner. But with that being said, I mean, this has got North Tower, South Tower. If you got Tower in your apartment name somewhere, then you're doing well in life, bro. If ain't nobody else told you, Kool-Aid gonna tell you, man, you are achieving out here. So you can see me going through now and bobbing off some of the vanilla plant pots and things like that. I just don't like the textures on, and we can always do that over. And like I said, we're using them kind of cheese-shaped half a half moon shaped buildings, and we're gonna colorize them all to white because I want the area to feel sort of modern, sort of high-tech, sleek. I guess that's the word for it. Futuristic-y without being like, I don't want to go cyberpunk with it or anything. Right now, I'm just putting a little overpass in between these two buildings right here. You see the little street in the middle. There won't be no traffic back there or anything, trust me. People don't really drive a lot in this city, man. I got patches of traffic here and there, but it's in like outside of like heavy industrial places where a cargo train station is, stuff like that. But the actual city, man, folk is happy to walk. They're cool. They'll just get on the bus, man. I'm still going through and bobbing off stuff that I don't want. Little plant boxes, I mean, I guess I could swap them out, but really I want to just place my own things. I don't want it to change every building. I want to be able to do different stuff to different buildings somewhere in the city, so I don't really swap things out like I should. But we are going to keep swapping out the colors. This last, we accidentally zoned something right there, didn't we? This last building, I'm going to use PO because there is no building that's short enough for the way I want this to kind of fit. I have the shortest building already, so you can see me using PO, and that's one of the reasons why I like PO as a mod. Even if you don't use it for crazy over the top complex stuff, doing it just for littles, I'm gonna use this one building. If I feel like it, I'll go put another residential block inside. Y'all know how I get down, but I can manipulate little setups and make them just a little bit more custom. Right now I'm jumping up to the roof because as you can see, the taller buildings got that roof vegetation jumping off, and we need to kind of mimic that. So I'm gonna have to go back and recolor that block. It's a little too bright green, but I figured out that the one that lets me do this draw thing is the circle one. I've been looking for that for so long, yo. Like, y'all don't remember it, but when I first built the Starlit District, I did this little trick, and I never could figure out why it wouldn't let me do it. It's because you got to use the circle pieces, the circle grass, the circle gravel, the circle asphalt. That's the one that lets you just kind of draw a rudimentary shape as opposed to just using the 4 access points that it normally has. I'm going to take a second to fill in a little skybridge area as well. And yeah, that's, like I said, it's giving me futuristic without being corny, like, or out of place. So I'm feeling that. Straight vanilla. Vanilla wafers do be working sometime if you jug them. I'm going to take a second and work on the surfaces down here. And again, not a long episode, not like an extensive giant piece of land gonna get filled in, but the area is just gonna feel so unique. I want you to, when we zoom down on it, it's like, yo, ain't nothing else in the city looks like this area right here. So I wanted to kind of slow everything down a beat right now for no reason at all, but I just didn't want a naked canal piece right here. I'm gonna take one of the wooden docks, I'm gonna gray it up, make it kind of blend with the canal wall. This actually took me a second to do, and there was actually probably an easier way or a faster way, but regardless, the goal was just to turn that, you know, shantytown wooden dock into something that just blended with that canal wall a little bit more. Maybe it's some type of new age high-tech polymer that they use. And again, it's not like we're basing this on reality, y'all. We're gonna stick a houseboat down here. Now I tried to put like a little motorboat, couple of, you know, little, maybe it's like the tiniest marina in the world, but stuff won't float. You can't stick nothing down in them canals. It'll sit on top. I tried every trick in the book, but nothing will float down there. So I just stuck a houseboat down there, and it's probably actually not a houseboat. It's really in the lore of this city. It's probably like some type of coffee shop or something. Let's put one of them big giant seats on there, them big giant beanbag Central Perk type seats. And we just gonna put a little bit of some little stairs right here so people can step up on the little thing. And again, no way is that based in reality. Nowhere in the world is there a financial district with any type of any of this going on. But that's why I like City Skylines, man. It don't matter. I ain't building no one-on-one. This is Freestyle Friday every day, man. So we're gonna sprinkle some shrubbery around so everything doesn't look so stark and bland right there. And a few bollards on the front side. And even though this building is actually dead, I mean, nothing exists in it. It's a P.O. block. We're going to still put a little, make it at least feel like an entrance. Because on that back side, we're going to do some custom little shops. All of the shops is going to be P.O. because nothing fit. And trust me, I even tried to download packs of stuff that would fit. But the way that building curbs and the tiny little space that it's in, it was no way to make a 5 or 6 assets fit. So this was when I really had to bite the PO bullet on, and I just said, well, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna really do it. And I used like basically every little storefront facade asset that I haven't used so far in the city. Right now I had the Honest Greens. I really just downloaded that, but I've been waiting for an opportunity to use that, and it just feels like it would fit. I think I probably have used that flower shop. I know I didn't use this vape shop a couple times, but it just, again, what type of people live in that area? People that be smoking them $200 things you got to plug in the wall. So yeah, you go. Now barbershop don't necessarily fit, but I ain't got to use my barbershop asset nowhere. Not that one, nowhere in the city yet. And the last one I think we're gonna use is the Puma. This was the hardest one to kind of jug into position. I'm trying to hide everything behind those little blue pillars as best I can. The rest of this is just some light work, couple of planters, and I figured why not put one over here, just the Nespresso joint, just one, just slide it into position a little bit, and we'll double up on the planter. Now across the street, I got a couple of assets I've been waiting to kind of fill in that little spot. We're taking the time on this financial district because I wanted to feel fancy. I'd seen this one building with that big giant hole in it. Look at that, y'all, like with the plants on the side. Now I'm not a super duper fan of the plant texture, but I'm like, yo, that's so unique, man. That I went back and forth for about 20 minutes I went to the workshop, I went to everything, and I just kept going back to that one building. So we definitely gonna have a little bit of fun putting some details on that. Right now I'm just kind of sprinkling some paths around, a little bit of light detailing just so the streets don't feel so bare. If you notice, I have switched up my cement texture, so everything feels super bare now. On that little cutout part, I didn't want to go crazy. We just gonna put the tiniest cafe. If I come up with a better idea, I'll definitely implement it. I didn't want to do a pool because there's a pool on top. Bam. Like, this is definitely one of the more unique assets that I've seen on the workshop. I'm gonna go ahead and just sprinkle just the tiniest amount of detail. We're not gonna OD on that. I may come back and go crazy off camera if I get some ridiculous idea. But this little spot right here, Lord, this has been bothering me. Again, I went to the workshop. I tried everything on earth to put a building right there. Nothing worked. But I did find this cool little statue. And the one thing I kind of liked about it is, can I spin this? Which way is the front? I can't. I'm trying to figure out which way is the front because I want to make sure I put some paths running behind it. But at night, you can see it kind of holds a little bit of luminescence. So I feel like that was probably the only right answer to this little spot right here. I wanted to put like maybe some kind of apartment shopping. I don't know, but it just felt like nothing felt right. But on a glance, like when I started to look at this after I started kind of developing the spot, I was like, yeah, this works, man. This does work, and I wouldn't want nobody living too close to that ferry line anyway, because the ferry lines are like super loud. So I'm just gonna take a brief second to put a little bit of bushwork around here. So maybe get some of my favorite Asian maples. I think those are called Asian maples. And a couple of the light bollards around just so it's not so dark at night. Couple of street ads, just make it feel finalized. And that pretty much does it for this episode. I know it is a little bit shorter than normal, but that's because I'm not trying to fill in giant swaths of land. I mean, I'm not in a rush to finish, y'all. I really genuinely be having fun playing this game. Y'all continue to like, comment, and subscribe. The next episode, we're going to jump out of the city. We got to do something dirty, man. I got to get some dirt up underneath my fingernails. This is all too clean and too sleek for your boy, man. We got to build up the hood. Cue my cinematics, though.